Welcome to The Magic of Coffee. My name is Jordan, and across from me is my co-host Alex, and this week we talk about the state of the beta with M21 now being out for a couple weeks, what we like about it, and what we dislike about it. We've got our coffee. Let's get into it.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
to episode 15.
15, motherfucker.
Jesus.
We made it, dude.
We did. We made it big. 15 episodes.
15 episodes.
Technically 17.
Technically 17. Dude, I'm so excited to talk about this shit.
Yeah. It's just insane because, like, when Ikoria came out, I guess we were still doing, like, bi-weekly, but we didn't talk about it that long. And when Theros dropped, we started the podcast when Theros dropped. I remember that.
It didn't even drop yet. We were just doing the spoilers.
But we didn't, like, talk about Theros that much. We talked about Ikoria a little bit because, we were getting into Arena at that point and some other stuff. But, man, this is 3 episodes on M21. And it's probably going to be more because it's just curb stomping the meta at the moment. And I didn't expect it to do that. Nobody did, to be honest.
That is bullshit, and you know it. As soon as we saw fucking Teferi, and then we started
Well,
seeing...
I know, but I'm like when M21 was like, all right, that's the next set, and before spoilers dropped. It was
yeah.
Oh, it's another core set, whatever. Like there'll be some good cards and hints to, like, I guess what's going to happen in the future, but I did not think it was going to be like, oh, yeah, like...
Oh, yeah.
We're going to literally fuck everything. So I'm interested to see if M22 will go that way, but probably not.
Let me tell you a story.
Story time.
So the other day I was at work. And are you just my hype guy? Work. And my friend Susie shows up, and she was like, hey, do you want a cookie? And I was like, well, I don't really like sugar. And she was like, trust me, you'll like it. And I was like... So I opened it up, didn't smell it or anything, and I grabbed a piece of it, and it, like, kind of crumbled. And I was going to eat it, and then they're like, wait. So they have espresso machines, and so, like, when they put the coffee in, locked it down, and then pressed it,
Yeah.
when she took it off and put it in that little bowl that she gave to me, it was just almost like a perfect cookie.
Oh, she gave you just an espresso bean.
Yeah. So I ate some of it, and I was like,
Shit yourself. Start
Yeah.
hearing colors.
I was just like, let's fucking go.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a good time. Dude, what have you been doing?
Not much, my girlfriend's birthday was this weekend, so we did that, and
You motherfuckers can't handle y'all's alcohol.
I was fine. There's a story to tell off camera about all that, but yeah, no, I was fine. It was some other things that happened that, yeah.
Lily bitched to me about some of it, and I was just like,
there was intercoursing happening, and she got mad about it. I know that much.
yeah, that was it. And I was just like, dude, like,
You live there. Other people live there.
dude, just because you're not getting laid,
Doesn't mean you have to get upset about other people getting laid.
put headphones in, dog. I used to live there. That's what I did.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's upsetting. It's dumb. But yeah, so that was a treat, and then we can talk about it later. But my mobile game, Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, just had their 5th year anniversary. Yeah, all that stuff happened last night, so that was a big thing. I'm still playing Destiny, hating my life, and playing Arena and hating my life because
I'm gonna start playing ranked again. I haven't endeavored in the M21 booster packs yet.
yeah.
That's the biggest reason why I'm not playing. I don't know. It's
Ranked is all M21 at this point. Like, we'll talk about it in a minute, but I'm in Platinum now, and it's just like, if you don't have M21 cards, you're not going to be able to hold up against it because, like cycling, I played cycling in gold, but it's just not fast enough with how these decks run now.
it's fucking crazy. I'm looking at the last standard tournament.
Yeah.
For the last top 8, and it's literally just the same fucking thing, just with M21 stuff.
Yeah.
It's literally Tremor Reclamation. That's all it is.
Tremor Reclamation is really good.
But I mean, it's going to come September. It's going to be gone. So like, I don't think they're going to ban anything yet. They're just going to let that shit happen.
I think they're not going to ban anything in Standard. There's a new ban list coming out tomorrow for Modern, Commander, and Legacy. But I honestly don't think they're going to ban anything. They're just kind of let it do its thing for the next couple months, and once we're done with it, we're done with it. So
yeah, dude, I don't know why the fuck, and I might be a little salty. They should have banned Teferi and Wilderness Reclamation over Agent of Treachery and Fires.
No, because before all that, that's what ran the fucking meta.
Or at least, you know what and I love these cards to death. I love Agent and I love Teferi. They should have banned that instead of Fires. Fires is good, but Teferi is far superior.
I think Teferi is going to get banned.
Teferi's cycling. Teferi's going out of rotation.
I'm talking about new Teferi, not old Teferi.
I don't think new Teferi is gonna be. It's only the only reason why I say that is because one, he's really hard to keep on the board, and two, there's only one combo. Or I've only seen one combo with him so far, and that's getting cycled out too. The Ajani combo.
Oh yeah. Well, yes. Also, there's this thing. It's just Teferi. This new Teferi works really well as a counterpart to to your deck. We kind of said earlier, he's not a win con in any way. You don't use him as a win con. You use him as a means to be able to get your win con out. But it's hilarious because people are so afraid of these new planeswalkers. And the Gruul deck that I'm running right now, I have Garrick, and I get him out. I do his tick up one, and then people they're too scared, and they literally they kill him. And I win because of that, because people are so afraid. So they
I mean, he's really good.
Damage. He's really good. His +1 is it gives creatures a +3/+3 and trample. His -2 is get a 3/3 beast creature out, and his -7 is you get that emblem that you can just go grab a creature.
I need to show you my mono green. It's definitely I'm renaming it to Green Weenie because that's all it is.
Yeah. Well, it's also funny. I guess I'll get into my deck. It's mostly green because mono green is so good right now, and then there's some the red card is Bone Crusher Giant, and I have Domri's Ambush and Gruul Spellbreaker in there, Embercleave, and that's really it. I have Sarakian Hellkite, which has Riot Flying. It's a 5-drop, comes in as a 4/4. I don't really use him. This was a pre-built deck that I got offline off of the Top 8 website from one of the more recent matches, and I didn't have enough mythic wild cards to put all the mythics in there, so I did some stuff around. But my favorite card
You're talking about the 5-drop?
5-drop,
okay, yeah, sorry.
My favorite card right now, two of my favorite cards. Number one, Stonecoil Serpent, because he is
he was talking so much shit about Stonecoil.
I was. Now that I've played with him, he is so flexible. It is insane, because right now what I'm doing, so I have 4 Pelt Collectors, 3 Scavenging Oozes, 2 Domri's Ambushes, 4 Bone Crusher Giants, 4 Gruul Spellbreakers, 2 of the new Garricks, 2 Questing Beasts, 4 Shifting Ceratops, 3 Embercleaves, 4 Stonecoil Serpents, and Primal Might. I'll get to Primal Might in a minute. So my perfect opening hand is 3 lands, a Pelt Collector, a Scavenging Ooze, and a Stonecoil Serpent. So I drop Pelt Collector, drop Scavenging Ooze as a 2/2, and then drop Stonecoil Serpent as a 3/3. So Pelt Collector is now a 33, and I swing in with all of them, and then Gruul Spellbreaker, and I don't even use his with Riot. I just use the haste every time because it's just here's just everything. Can you deal with this? Because I beat people turn 4 now. And they just don't have time to get their deck online. Primal Might is also phenomenal.
Primal Might is phenomenal. You talking about the M20 Dino boy?
It's M21.
Or the M21 minus
sorcery.
the X, whatever.
It's X and 1 green. Target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, then fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So it's just so good. And it works really well with Stone Coil. Dummer's Ambush doesn't work with Stone Coil because it has protection from multicolored. And for what, Bone Crusher Giant, pretty much for the stomp and some other stuff. Gruul Spellbreaker is still so good. And it's hilarious how people are so afraid of Questing Beast. It's not even funny. They're like,
Questing Beast is good. I mean, it is very good.
Everything stops when Questing Beast comes out, and he's so cheap, and it's just like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I need to pick up some Questing Beasts.
Yeah, Shifting is also really good always, and Embercleave is just still like, God, it's so good. Scavenging Ooze is fun, just because you're like, oh, I don't really have anything to do this turn. Cool, let's like buff Scavenging Ooze real quick, whatever. Because you sacrifice, exile target creature from your graveyard. From a graveyard, if it was a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on it, and on Scavenging Ooze, and you gain 1 life. Yeah, so it's like, I have a turn, I need a land or something like that, or whatever. I'm probably gonna I have 1 Fabled Passage. I might bump that up, get rid of some Stomping Grounds, put 2 Fabled Passages, and I really like Bonder's Enclave still, so I might throw that in there. But
yeah, mine is definitely just for fun, just weenie fun.
Yeah.
I'll do the deck list. So it's a Boreal Grazer for a playset of Boreal Grazer, playset of Paradise Druid, 1 Thrashing Brontodon, which that's just for the creature itself.
Yeah.
Because of Gemrazor.
Yep.
I have 3 Rabid Bite, 2 Conclave, 3 Wilderness Reclamation, 2 Ozoliths, playset of Hydra's Growth. You see the combo that I like.
Yeah.
Omen of the Hunt, Great Horn, the Starix, and then I have 2 Forerunners and then 1 Endraze Forerunner.
Yeah. Enraze is really good. He's just so expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, I've because of Great Horn, it's so easy to get it out.
Yeah, Migratory Greathorn. Mono, like I said earlier, we talked about this the other day, even maybe last week. Mutate wasn't meant to run as a deck. At like that's not your win con. You can't have Mutate decks because they're too slow.
Yeah.
Mutate is a perfect secondary ability where it's like Gemrazor, cool. You have these stupid enchantments like Mono White with Banishing Light, cool, done.
Yeah. Also, like it's just like I didn't realize until I was playing like the Simic decks and the mono green Mutate decks. Like they're fine, but they're not that great. I didn't realize until someone fucking Starixed a Forerunner, like a Endraze Forerunner, that I was like,
yeah, that's how my Mutate deck was running. Because I had 2 Enrace Forerunners in there, and then you would just bring out Forerunner that way, and then you'd train. Yeah. Mono Red is getting weird right now.
let me go to my mono red deck.
Yeah, because you have a Mono Red deck built, but I'm just kind of just off of what I'm like seeing with the new M21 cards. It's specifically, let me just do M21.
So we're
and then red.
So it's interesting the deck list that I have right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't have all of the components that I want, but I also don't like Torbran. I don't want to run Torbran. Mm-hmm. So here I'll do my deck list just to kind of give an idea. And it's a bit weird, but it's efficient, and in my opinion it's much faster. And sideboard is my proud. I love the mono red sideboard that I built, and I'll explain that here in a minute. So I told you before we started. So I mean it's the typical like favorite champions, Scorch Spitter. I have 1 Robber the Rich because that's literally just a card that like is gonna get targeted. So I just have the 1. And I also hardly ever use their deck. It's just to exile shit. But the win cons, obviously, I love the Cavalcade because of the 2-drop.
Yeah.
And then I have Legion Warboss and Chandra's Spitfire. Chandra's Spitfire was what really does it, because if you have Scorch Spitter and then Cavalcade, at one point in time I had 3 Cavalcades, 1 Spitfire, or 1 Spitfire and then 1 Scorch Spitter, and it just like triggered over and over again. And then there was a game where I had similar thing, but with both Chandras. So I have the Acolyte of Flame and Awakened Inferno, which triggers Spitfire. So I have the Legion War Boss, which triggers Cavalcade. So all the typical shit, but there's certain things that I implemented into the deck that I quite enjoy and I love playing. One is Active Treason, and the other one is Yadaro.
Yeah.
Now, sideboard, there is actually one thing I meant to throw in here that I completely forgot to put in, and it's just I'm only putting in one of them. So here's sideboard. Let me do this really quick. So, Grafdigger's Cage for the cats. Soul Guide Lantern for cycling. I have this is just kind of a filler, but I quite enjoy it. It's the Forbidden Friendship. Create a 1/1 dinosaur creature token with haste. Create a 1/1 create a 1/1 white human creature token, or white human soldier creature token. Whatever.
Yeah.
I have Fry because Fry is one of my favorite cards in M20. This card, it's a 2-drop. This card can't be countered. Fry deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker that's white or blue. I have Gaia's Greeting, 3 damage, scry 1.
Yeah.
This is for the enchantment decks. Unchained Berserker. Pro white, when it's attacking, gets +2/+0. It's a 2-drop for 1/1. Life gain, I have Tillbolts. Its passive is your opponents can't gain life. And then for Super Friends, Storm's Wrath, it's a 4-drop. Storm's Wrath deals 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Oh yeah, and then the 15th card is Fling. Just one Fling. So if I sideboard Fling in and then I I Active Treason someone's fucking, I don't know, a Johnny's Pridemate that's a fucking 12/12. Fling.
Oh yeah. Speaking of a Johnny's Primates, before I get into the weird mono red cards, I've gotten mono white down so good, where I can beat them so quick now because it's always the Impassioned Officer or whatever it's called, you know, and so you could just start swinging until they get that Johnny's Primate out because they're not gonna get rid of him because they can't. So it's like, cool, all right, whatever. Like you're not gonna block with him, cool, and then Johnny Primates come out, cool. Like with this deck. Johnny's Ambush or Primal Might.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just like cool. Like if you can just stop that happening, mono white just can't get on board, and it's so funny because
it's really
satisfying.
satisfying.
I was scared of mono white for a while there.
You and I both were.
Yeah, and it's just I've gotten it down to a point where it's not scary. It's easy. Mono black is scary though, but we'll get into that in a minute. But Goblin Arsonist, I think, is going to be the Scorch Spitter replacement. Because Scorch Spitter's Goblin Arsonist.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's a 1-drop, 1/1. When Goblin Arsonist dies, you may deal 1 damage to any target because you're not going to get another Scorch Spitter.
Yeah, Scorch Spitter was one of a kind, and if they reprint it, I'm okay with. So since M21 and Ikoria came out, mono red, yes, is amazing and it's fucking annoying, but it is handleable. So I think Ikoria and M21 made everything relatively fair.
Yes.
Minus a couple decks, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah. Goblin Arsonist is the, I think, Scorch Spitter replacement. But I saw this combo the other day, and we talked about it earlier, and I want to just talk about it on the podcast, is Brash Taunter is a 5-drop, 4 colorless, 1 red. Indestructible. When Brash Taunter is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. You can tap 2 1 red and then tap Brash Taunter itself. Brash Taunter fights another target. So what they do is they use Chandra's Incinerator is the trigger. Chandra's Incinerator is a 6-drop, 5 colorless, 1 red. Trample. When this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent this turn, so they can get them out really quick. Mono red, right? When a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to a target creature or planeswalker that player controls. I just saw this weird, so they used Brash Taunter and focused it on Chandra's Incinerator, it bounced all of that damage onto me. Right, so it's that 6-7. It's this weird combo, and there's like nothing you can do about it. Like you just have
It's a clever combo.
you just have to sit there and like watch it happen, and I'm like, cool. Like,
I know for a fact. So if anyone has ever watched this or listened to the podcast, you know that in our heads, Wizards of the Coast, it's just 5 people.
yeah, just 5 dudes sitting at a table.
Yeah, and I guarantee you the red player was like, endgame.
Yeah. I mean, because we've talked about it forever. Like, M21 was definitely trying to set up Mono Red's endgame. There's plenty of, like, high-end red cards that would work well in that deck type.
I think Theros was the platform for Mono White.
Yeah, Theros 100% was Mono White's platform and definitely got it to where it is. Because there's so many white, just really good healing white cards in that set.
The issue is one of the biggest cards in those decks, at least in the ranked decks,
Yeah.
is Healing Hawk, and that's cycling. That's cycling. That's rotating out.
Yeah, that's rotating out. I mean, Johnny's rotating out. I think Primates are rotating out. So
Pridemates are rotating out. Everything is
Yeah.
rotating out.
Mono White's going to take a huge hit.
Mono White's going to take a
September.
huge hit, but I think they're still going to use enchantment decks. It's just not going to be as efficient.
No, it's not.
And the life gain decks are taking a hit. That's something that I wanted to bring up after. We'll do it after this.
I think I'm seeing people kind of pop up with how they want to try to replace Mono White, and it's just not quick anymore. I genuinely believe that. Mono Black, though, oh my god,
Let me look up some deck text on Mono Black.
it's just I've seen some weird shit. It's Vito. What's his name?
Vito.
Um,
Talking about Mono Black aggro?
yeah, Vito is insane. Where is he?
Let me see this shit.
I could just look him up. Vito. Vito Thorn of the Dark Rose is 2 colorless, 1 black. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life.
Luges?
Loses that much life. And so it's just these dumbass
yeah.
combos with cats and shit like that. And I'm just like, bro, what's happening? And I'm like, I literally had one guy down to 1 life, and I was at like 18 or something like that, and he killed me in 1 turn.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
You
Like,
wanna
I was
know-
so mad.
You know what my favorite and this is like, this might be bold, but I 100%, even though Massacre Worm is in this set, and it is one of my favorite cards, it is not my favorite black card in the set. Take a guess. I'll give you 3 tries. Black.
I know what it is.
Which one?
It is. Let me find it so I can say its name. It's not Grim Tutor. Grim Tutor isn't being used as much as I thought it would be.
Grim Tutor is... I've seen Grim Tutor quite a bit.
Yeah, I've seen it pop up, but I thought it was going to take over. It's not Peer into the Abyss. Peer into the Abyss is really good, though. It is... Where's that card at? Yeah, I know. Is it not in the set? Is it in M21?
Yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
I wonder if I could do like a minor. Can we just tell you?
Yeah, just
Eliminate.
eliminate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was looking for a different card.
Eliminate. 1 black, 1 colorless. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less.
Yep. Oh,
That
yeah.
card wrecks.
Yeah, it does. I've had it used on me quite a bit. Duress is back. All right.
Duress is trash.
Duress is always.
Duress is actually pretty fire. It's a 1-drop reveal the hand.
Yeah.
I was playing Magic with that one lady.
Yep.
She wants to be on the podcast, which I'm super down. She actually is like getting. She played Magic for 10 hours the other day.
Talk about a burnout.
Right. She still is. She's trying to make sure she doesn't play Magic so she can actually work. But I was like, play some Duresses. Put some Duresses in there. She was like, I don't know. And then she put 1 Duress in there. And then I was playing some deck. And then I think I was playing Mono Green. Maybe I don't remember what I was playing. Then she played Duress, and then all you heard from me, we were in the same room. We were just playing on our laptops. All she heard from the other side of the room was, fuck!
Yep.
And then she was like, ah. And then she just like pulled my win con, threw it in the graveyard. And that deck, it was Grixis. Oh, it was Grixis. She pulled Nicobolas. But I didn't have Elspeth Conquers Death because it's Grixis, which is black, blue, red.
Yeah.
So there was no way for me to get him out.
I just like red Massacre Worm, and now my understanding of how mono black works, Massacre Worm would be disgusting.
Massacre Worm is fucking incredible.
So it's nice, but it's like realistically by turn 6, by the time you can get it out, because mono black doesn't have any ramp.
Mono ramp doesn't have any ramp, but it has a fuckload of life gain.
Mono ramp doesn't have any ramp.
Mono ramp don't have one wamp.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it's so much life gain. I'm figuring out mono black. I had one guy, 2 games. I had one guy who had all 4 of the stupid 1-drop vampire, Death of Lifelink vampires. That one, I don't know what it's called.
Oh, the Meyer person.
Yeah, and dropped all. I killed all of them. I just blew through 4 creatures, and they dropped one right after another. And I was like, "What is happening?" Because you have to, like, with mono black, you just have to get that stuff on the field. Also, I had one guy waste 4 shocks on me in 3 turns. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, save that shit, dude. And I ran over him.
Dude, my favorite thing to do right now with white weenie, mono black, mono red, Orzhov life gain vampire decks, Cry of the Carnarium. 2 black, 1 colorless. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Exile all cards and all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. If a creature would to die this turn, exile it instead. So what happens is, I love doing so, especially if it's endgame. Cry of the Carnarium. Everything dies. There's still like a fucking 6/6 angel. Murderous Rider. It gets exiled. You love to see it.
You love to see it. Yeah, no, it's mono black is insane at the moment, and it's probably the only decks that I'm actually scared of going against.
Mono black, really?
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you leave it alone for a while and they sideboarded in Peer into the Abyss. Like, I got that smacked with me, Peer into the Abyss, and then Underworld Dreams, and my ass got whooped.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while for me to figure out, and I'm going to have to probably do Esper Life Gain, but I want to do Peer into the Abyss, so I'm going to look that up.
It's also funny because I've been playing a lot of decks where they have a lot of cards from protection from black, because this mono black's just so gross at this point that you have to kind of build your decks around it. I had a mono blue control deck up against, and I was running the Gruul deck, and I had 2 Shifting Ceratops out, and I put the first one down, and then you saw him like start scattering, and then the second one came out, and he just conceded. It was like turn 4 or 5, and I was like, dog, I haven't even really hit you yet.
Well, there's no way to take care of that.
Yeah.
Especially mono blue.
I've been playing a couple Gates decks too, and then they're like doing all these like weird like stuff with gates and like enchantments and stuff like that, but they have no creatures out, and I'm just like, blonk, blonk, blonk. Like, what are you doing? And then they just like, they get down to like 5 life, and they're like, they throw something out there. I'm like, oh, Primal Might, bonk. Like,
Primal Might, bonk. We need to have merch that just says bonk.
Like,
so,
yeah.
The combo that I really want to do, but it's going to be really difficult to pull off because both cards are very expensive. So Peer into the Abyss, the mono black Peer into the Abyss, Underworld Dreams combo, fucking crazy. And the first time I got smacked with it, I was like, yo, that was sick.
You sent me a picture of that.
Yeah, and I was like,
triggers.
Yeah, I was just like, it was just like, and I was like, good God.
Yeah.
When I was playing, and so what I want to do, because I think it would be incredible, is I want to run Esper, and then I want to run Peer into the Abyss, target myself with a dream Trawler on my. So let's just say I have fucking 40 cards. This Dream Trawler triggers because of my draw step. So once 20 cards. So she is now a 24/5.
Yeah.
And then I swing trigger. She's a 25/5.
Yeah.
and then I just go swinging. What I figured out as a trigger, if I'm swinging, because she's already tapped and attacking, and I have 20 cards in my hand, if, let's just say you try to Murderous Rider it, I can give it hexproof and it's still attacking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude. And my main deck that I'm running in ranked right now is, the win con is Dream Trawler.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into that in a minute. It's pretty much the same deck, but a little different.
Yeah. This is the first 2 weeks that M21 was out. I just did normal play. I was scared to get into ranked, and even normal play is such a shit show at the moment because everybody's testing decks out and and trying to figure out what they can make the new meta, and it's just annoying. So I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna last night I found a deck that I liked, and I was like, cool. I'm just gonna go into rank.
Yeah.
And rank is a breeze. Like those gold tier ranks, if you just have a solid deck and you know how it runs,
Yeah.
it's a breeze getting into platinum. Platinum is a shit show. Platinum's always a shit show.
Platinum is a shit show to the point where I didn't realize, if you look at most of the content creators, most of them are in platinum.
Yeah, most of them just hang out in platinum. Most people just hang out in platinum. And then diamond is diamond is when you get into those real meta decks, and then it's just a climb to mythic. So
Yeah. I mean, there's this guy called he's Covert Go Blue. He tries to go to mythic every time.
yeah.
Which is fine. Like, that's cool. But I'm just like, realistically, until I start really endeavoring into this game, which, I mean, I already have, but I'm not going to try to do mythic just yet, but I want to at least hit diamond every season.
Yeah, I think my goal for this season, especially just because it reset, and I'm really happy with these new cards and where the meta is. I think I'm going to try to push for diamond. I just have to I have to start scheduling days to do certain things.
You know what we could do? You know what we should do? We should schedule days to where, all day, even on a Friday, during the day, I want to, one, either content create, or two, just literally start doing ranked just together.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Because you and I get really frustrated when we're, at least I am in ranked, and so I feel like if I'm with a buddy, I'll be like, okay, it's fine, we're just hanging out. Counter. Fuck.
Yeah, last night I think it's pretty well known. We both listen to a lot of metal music, the broad spectrum of it. But I was just listening to metal music, just trying to get into it, and I was getting so pissed off. I just had to go to a lo-fi playlist, and then just just calm down, because I was pulling hair out of my head, the little bit that's on the top of my head at the moment, and was just so frustrated because I was like, why isn't this working? And then I said, fuck it. All right, you know what? I'm just going to go get a fucking deck.
Dude, honestly, if I've realized that you get to the point where you're just fuck it, I'm going to just go and get a meta deck.
Mm-hmm. I saw on a Magic subreddit, I don't know if it was the actual arena subreddit, but it was a meme, and it was build a deck that you like, slowly change it, and slowly change it to get better cards. Watch it turn into meta decks. Wait, watch it turn into meta decks. And that's the problem. With Magic right now is, you just have to, especially on Arena, because of just how Arena's set up, you just have to build meta decks. And Wizards doesn't give a shit because they're just making money. So
one thing that I've realized is I like control, and I like the color combinations, Jeskai and Grixis and Esper, Dimir and all these things. They're all relatively control decks.
Yeah.
I've found that if I'm in ranked with mono red, it's fun, but it's not fun. It's fun because I'm winning, but it's not fun because I'm playing it. And that's one thing that I've realized, that I've decided that I'm not going to. Yes, I'm gonna have mono red just to play. If you and I play after the podcast and I play mono red, cool. I play mono. The girl I'm playing Magic with, she's online and she's not supposed to be. Get
if you listen to this podcast
off Arena.
That's a no.
But yeah, I've realized that okay, if I'm gonna do ranked and try to hit diamond, at least I need to play a deck that's fucking fun.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at this point too. Is I agree with you there. It's just if I'm gonna do this grind, I don't want it to be cycling. I don't want it to be mono red. I don't want to hate mono black even. I don't want to hate what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I've gotten to the point within Arena where I'm playing decks, and if I like the deck that I'm playing against, I'll let them beat me. Like I won't concede. I'll just like let it play out.
If it's
because-
a good match,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck it.
you know, if it's mono red or fucking white weenie or whatever, I'm just like, no, fuck you.
No,
Like,
fucking concede. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit. Like fuck you.
you know, it's just annoying. And that's
And it's not fuck you to the player itself. Like we know the decks are good, and because the decks are good, I mean that's why at one point in time I played Yori and Jeskai because I had Agent of Treachery and fucking Luca.
yeah.
Like, and like cat decks are annoying as shit as well. We're not necessarily talking shit to the player. It's more so the deck because the deck is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's just
It's
where I'm
stupid
at.
good.
Yeah,
It's, you know.
it's just I don't know. You know, no offense to any of the players and people that run those decks, but it's just you need to earn my lose. You know, I guess that's the easiest way to put it. That's a little narcissistic, but it's just like I want it to actually be a game. I don't want to sit there and watch you just take away my life with cats or vampires or, you know, having a Johnny's Primate turn into a 2020 and you swing at me with it. Like, it's just not.
I've come to the realization that is so easy to fucking take care of.
It is. And, like, I've learned how to deal with mono white at this point, but it's just, you know, it's not even like a pride thing of like, oh, I'm not going to let you beat me. It's just I'm tired of seeing these decks, you know?
Yeah.
I'm tired of going against all this stuff. Hello.
We're talking shit about meta decks.
Cool. But yeah, and it's just, I guess that's where I'm at. Is just I'm tired of it. I'm tired of dealing with this stupid garbage.
Speaking of stupid garbage decks, I want to tell you about a combo that I have.
Yeah.
So I have a cat deck. It is black. What is it? Black, red, white.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the deck tech. I'm just going to do sideboard. Or I guess I'll do the deck tech really quick. Fuck it. It's very easy. It's very, very relatively out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
So we got Garrison Cat, 1-drop. When it dies, you create a 1/1 token. And then I have Hunted Witness, same thing. So I have 6 types of those. Cauldron Familiar, Footlight Fiend, when it dies, deals 1 damage to any target. Oven. I have the Orzhov Enforcer, which is Death Touch. Afterlife 1 creates a ghost thing.
Yeah.
I have 1 Priest of the Forgotten Gods, which everyone runs a playset. I don't really give a fuck about this card, unless it's like relative endgame. Then I'll do it. And then Cruel Celebrate, when a Planeswalker creature ETBs, opponent loses a life and then you gain a life. This is where it gets juicy. Bastion of Remembrance. It's a 3-drop, 1 black, 2 colorless. When it ETBs, create a white 1/1 creature token. Human soldier creature token. Whenever a creature dies, opponent loses a life and you gain a life. And then Mayhem Devil. Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, Mayhem Devil deals 1 damage to any creature. So we're talking food tokens. We're talking your stuff, my stuff. And then here's where it gets weird. I have 1 Liliana Dreadhorde General, which is the Planeswalker 6-drop. Whenever a creature dies, you draw a card. There's a fucking trigger. It's a sack deck. Create a 2/2. It's +1. Create a 2/2 zombie. -4. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. -9. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifice the rest. And then I have the Mothra girl.
Mothra.
Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, bring it back with a flying counter on it.
Yeah.
So I like this deck because of like the amount of triggers and shit, but it's just sideboard that I quite enjoy. If for some reason I'm going against a weenie deck or a life gain weenie deck where it's like I have a fucking 2020 a Johnny's Pride made out, I'll sideboard Act of Treason and then feed it to the oven. Yeah. Suck on that, mono white.
No, yeah. I while you were talking about that, I just remembered I was
Yeah.
I was
I forgot you
he
play
plays
that.
mono white. I was going up against Jaces are popping up again, which is weird. Like I'm seeing a lot of those.
Yeah, mill decks.
Mill decks are popping up, and it's just like people don't know how to run them, I guess, or something. Because
Well, mono red isn't good anymore.
mono blue. or just mill deck. It wasn't even mono blue. It was just like a Gates mill deck or something like that because they were trying to get Thassa and Garuda out, and it was like turn 6 and they had nothing on the board, and then Thassa dropped, and I was like, dude, you're dead. Like what?
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
And it was I don't think people know like, and that's the issue where we're coming into, and I think the issue with Arena is ranked is a little broken, like leading into Platinum, I guess, because you can move up and down so quickly.
I know why they're trying to use the idea of Garuda with Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, on the board is. I can see it's slow though. I can see it being too slow.
Yeah.
Because the Jace's passive is if you run out of cards, you win.
No, I get that, and I think that's what they were trying to do, is trying to mill themselves out. But it was just like, dude, mono green is running rampant right now. Like those decks don't work because mono green is so it is insane how aggro mono green is at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like my Garul deck is mostly like I explained earlier, is mostly green because it's just like bang 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 bang. Like it's so easy just to bonk people, you know.
Oh yeah.
And it's just I don't know. But before we get into the coffee, let's actually talk about there is a spoiler, super duper early spoiler for Zendikar.
I want to talk about that, and then I want to do 2 other things, and then we'll get into the coffee.
Okay.
But yes, do you have it pulled up, or do you want me to pull it up?
I don't have it pulled up. The only thing it's on is on my phone, and it's over yonder.
Zendikar Rising spoiler.
Yeah.
So this is like very early, could change, but I love the idea of this creature.
I do too. I just don't see it. I mean, and that's where we're, I guess, butting heads at is. I don't see this happening.
I get that you don't see this happening, but at the same time, it is.
Especially with mono green being the way that it is, I just don't see it happening.
Well, the thing is, it's not green.
It's green black, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, like.
So this is the new Nissa. So I was looking into the storyline, and Nissa, when she was on, it wasn't Zendikar. She was on a plane that was mostly desert.
Is that the it's the Egyptian one with
maybe
Nicobolus, Almakep.
I think you might be right.
Because that was the last big one, and then Nicobolus brought all of the gods, they're all zombie gods at that point. He brought all the gods to Ravnica, and that's what led into War of the Spark.
Right. So, but in the storyline, Nissa there was no forest, so she was like out of her element, and so what she ended up doing is she started harnessing power from other ley lines. Yeah, and so that's how she can harness the black.
She's black. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's the Golgari Nissa, and so this is obviously again very early on, could change, but 1 black, 1 green, 2 colorless, and let me get a zoom in here. So, oh god, okay. So it's a landfall. This is what I really, really like. So landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a loyalty counter on Nissa.
Yep.
Her +1, untap target land you control. It becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with haste and menace until end of turn. It's still a land. -5. Put a creature with converted mana cost equal to or less than the number of lands you control from your hand or graveyard to the battlefield under your control. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on it.
Yep.
But yeah,
it's just I believe Landfall's coming back because that's a Zendikar thing. And because Landfall's coming back, mono greens like before I get into Nissa, Landfall coming back is going to ruin the meta.
No, it's not.
Mono green is going to be insane.
No, it's going to be great.
It's going to be insane. Having a Golgari Nissa with Menace is going to be cool because Menace decks are going to be a thing again, which I'm fine with. I played against a couple Menace decks because they're popping up, and I'm like, what are you doing?
But you have to also understand that like the majority of these mono green decks are all cycling out. They're all rotating. I mean, yeah, you have Questing Beast and like
Pelt Collector,
Ooze. No, Pelt Collector's rotating.
No, I thought he was a.
No, he's in guilds.
Is he in guilds? I thought he was in.
No, he's in guilds.
I thought he was in Thrones. Well, shit. Mono green is going to stay strong though.
It's going to stay strong,
especially if Landfall comes in.
Well,
Because-
this is the only thing that we're gonna have, and mono green can't run her.
I know I'm not saying, but if she has landfall, that means landfall is just coming back into the
Yeah,
with the Zendikar.
yeah. My Pioneer deck is Landfall Eldrazi. It's so incredible.
Also, the art that they used for her wasn't official art. It was just, but the Eldrazi little diamonds are in the background.
Yeah, which
but again, not official art.
no one thinks Eldrazi are coming back.
I think Eldrazi are coming.
I want Eldrazi to
I
come
think
back.
Eldrazi are coming.
Dude, I wouldn't mind running an Ulamog mono green.
I don't
deck.
think Eldrazi are going to come back this with Zendikar Rising. I think the next set after that, because I think this is going to be a Zendikar block.
I hope so, because Zendikar is really, really. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite like blocks. But also, it is funny that they're spoiling Nissa because it's Nissa's. The reason why the Eldrazi came from outside of the void is because of Nissa.
Yeah, no, that's what I think Eldrazi are coming back.
I wouldn't mind it.
Because that one creature when Ikoria that looked like an Eldrazi, I think it purposely looked like an Eldrazi to hint it. It looked like a sliver. Sorry, it looked like a sliver. Slivers aren't ever going to come back.
If slivers come back, then like literally, it's gonna get banned.
Yeah,
like
slivers
slivers are too
always-
powerful. Old school slivers were too powerful. The new slivers.
Both sets of slivers were both broken.
Oh yeah, you would have
but-
just sliver primal. Oh,
Yeah.
this is a weird side note. I played against a deck, and it was fucking sick. And it was one of those decks where I didn't concede.
Yeah.
There is a deck that's super underground that's not in meta right now, but it whoops ass. Fucking Death Touch Primal or Death Touch Tribal.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
I was like, what the fuck? Why?
I
and
mean-
then I played against it, and I was like, that's why.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it popping up. Well, it's funny with meta decks at this point because it's like, decks aren't meta until they go into a championship and then do well, and then everybody's like, "Oh my god, that combo! Whoa, well, I'm gonna start running that. I'm gonna spend $300, on wild cards, and it's dumb." But, yeah, sorry.
So here, the meta is going to change drastically here in the next couple months.
Yes.
But because like when you look at each championship after M21, it's literally just the same decks, but splash in M21.
Yeah, well, because Timar is all of that's gonna go away.
Timur's going to go away. They're still going to have Eero, and Eero is the main win con.
Sure, but Ero's so good.
Eero is very good.
Fucking hate Eero.
And then Bant's going to go away, which is going to be quite
Yeah.
nice. And then Sultai is going to stay.
Mono Red's gonna take a hit, but they can pivot.
Jund Sacrifice is going to alter, but the sacrifice decks are still going to be there.
Yeah. Vampires is gonna take a hit, but they can pivot.
Vampires really aren't that good.
It's not. Mono White's gonna take a huge hit.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
They'll pivot like we talked earlier about. It'll just be an enchantment deck, but that's gonna hurt. With losing a Johnny and the Ajani Primates are gonna hurt real bad.
You know what? I want to do another moment of silence for War of the Spark. I think 40% of my decks are all
Yeah.
going to be unfunctional.
We need to buy
Rip Nicobolus.
War of the Spark boxes just to hold on to because those are gonna shoot up in price.
We need to do the Jap one.
You can do the Jap one.
What does that mean?
I'm just gonna buy real.
Is that supposed
I'm
to
not
be
supposed to
fucking-
spend $300.
Are you fucking going to Ching Chong Land again? I swear to God.
Oh my god.
I'm never letting that up.
I know.
So before we continue, I want to ask a very important question.
And I'll have an answer.
How is your Esper Tempo deck looking?
How is your Boros control deck looking?
It's done.
I haven't even touched mine.
I've actually went into rank a couple times with it. It's actually nice. Do you want to go? I can go through the deck tech because I know you're not going to remember. We're also going to do best 2 out of 3, and my sideboard is not very well done.
All right.
But let's go through it. So we have one Life's Bounty, the 1-drop lifelink, sacrifice it.
Oh yeah.
Just one of those, because 3 Healer's Hawks. I have 2. So this is designed for all-around play with other decks.
Yeah.
Your deck, I would change sideboard immediately. Blazing Volley. It's a 1-drop. I love this card for mono red. Blazing Volley deals 1 damage to each creature your opponent controls.
Yeah.
Simple, easy, fantastic. Fire Prophecy. You know about how I feel about Fire Prophecy. 2-drop, 1 red, 1 colorless. Fire Prophecy deals 3 damage to target creature. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library if you do draw a card. Deafening Clarion, obviously. Pick one or both. 3/3, deal 3 damage to each creature or lifelink, or creatures you control gain lifelink. I should really just read off the shit. Shatter the Sky, obviously. 4-drop, each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, destroy all creatures. Cavalcade. Do you know Cavalcade?
Yeah.
Elspeth Conquers Death, obviously. And this is where it gets really fun. So, Archon of Sun's Grace, 4-drop, flying lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. It has the whole whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, you put a Pegasus 2/2 Pegasus creature on the field. Wanada.
Yeah.
4 Wanadas. And then I have all the creatures that you just heard is for Wanada, and these are the creatures that she needs to go grab. Haktus the Unscarred. He must attack each time if able. So I'm not gonna lay. It's 2 red, 2 white. Doesn't matter because it's gonna be free. It's a 6/1. When he ETBs, you choose 2, 3, or 4 at random. It has protection from the converted number. Kennerith, obviously, it's a 5/5. And then I have for Wanada, I have Acolyte of Flame. So it's the Chandra Acolyte of Flame. So we get 2. So what happens? What I've done is I've had Cavalcade out just for damage, which is unnecessary, but it's nice to have. So I'll have a Healer's Hawk for life gain and the Life's Bounty for life gain. And then throw Wanada out, have Acolyte already out. So I'll have 4 triggers. And then it'll trigger 4 times. So I look at the top 6. I'll look at the top 6 4 times.
Yeah.
And then I'll get whatever I need out and then just swing. And then if they have shit to block, I can just use Deafening Clarion. Or if I need to, I'll have Shatter the Sky and just kill everything. And then Elspeth Conquers Death, Wanada. Or if I need to, I'll just do Acolyte of Flame. Also, I didn't realize this, and I put this in my Nicobolas deck. Her Acolyte of Flame's first 0 is put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control, and it just like boosts Nicobolas because he's technically red.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's why he like ticks up so quick.
Before we get into coffee, one more time, I want to.
One more time.
I'm gonna talk about the deck that I'm actually gonna be running in ranked. Is my Jeskai Fires deck Jeskai Lucas deck.
This guy Luca.
I want to play against you.
We're going to after
Yeah,
this.
dude. I'm gonna do the deck tech. Well, I'm gonna show what I'm changing. So I put 1 Teferi Master of Time, and then once I decide to start buying more booster packs, I'm going to add 3 more of these. Transmogrify.
Yeah.
Exile target creature. Its creature's controller reveals reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. Put that creature card on the battlefield. Shuffle your library. It's just another way to get Dream Trawler.
Yeah, it's just a quick way to get Dream Traveler.
Yeah, and then Shark Typhoon is always the best. Sharknado.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then I obviously have like Act of Treason, in sideboard, and my sideboard is flawless as far as Jeskai goes.
Yeah. I've seen before we get into the coffee, I just wanted to bring it up because I just thought about it. Artifact decks are popping up again because of Ugin, and they're like okay. Crystallized Giant is kind of like the big win con on it.
Ugin and Karn.
Karn,
Because Karn you can get
it's grab
from the sideboard. I'm gonna pee real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, artifact decks are popping up. I don't think they're gonna hit meta, but they're nice.
No, I don't think they will either. They're a little slow, but like Stonecoil Serpent's artifact.
Yeah, Stonecoil is really good, especially if you can get them big.
Yeah, Ugin is phenomenal. And then the Paladin Mirror is pretty good. It's easy life gain or easy mana gain. Crystallized Giant. Let me look at some of the other ones that I saw. The Solemn Simularum. I saw that pop up. It's in that deck too, he's pretty good. But yeah, that's happening. And then we're about to get in the coffee, which is as soon as he gets back.
Real quick, did we
real quick.
Have you finished Drunk episode 2?
It's in the works.
Okay.
It's happening. It's just the audio thing's a little weird, and it just pisses me off if I do it too much.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this will fix that problem.
Yeah.
The old setup.
It's just annoying because part 1 didn't have an audio problem that I caught, and then part 2 does. So,
I don't know, man. Hopefully your new program will fix that problem. But anyways, so new coffee time.
Coffee time.
Coffee time. Let's harmonize. Okay. Nope, that didn't work.
Theme song go.
This week, it's another one of our coffee shipment things from the thingy.
God, I'm so sweaty.
That's gross. Nobody wants to do that. Portland Coffee Roasters. It is a Guatemalan blend, light roast, and has chocolate and raisin hints.
So I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like it because I know it's a light blend,
Yeah.
but
Still has a good bit of flavor in it.
yeah, it's so good. You know what I just did, and I didn't mean to? I accidentally deleted my one of my decks, the Boros Control.
Delete. Let me put this. I'm going to put this right here, I think.
Oh, fuck.
Actually, yeah, we'll put this right here. Portland. We'll just call it Portland. Yeah, it's
Pull
pretty
up
good.
my list.
It's nice. So like Silencer was a light blend also, and it's pretty low on the list because
Not a good flavor.
it had a lot of caffeine, but the flavor wasn't there. And this is the opposite of that. There's still a good bit of caffeine in it, but it's a good flavor. It's nice and strong. And I think a lot of that comes from that chocolate. But it's not too chocolatey where it's like, oh, you taste the chocolatey. The chocolate's there, I think, to hold that bitterness for what coffee should taste like.
Yeah.
So
Something we should do. Where is yours in the scale?
mine is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is right above Greater Good Coffee.
Mine is also 8.
Yeah.
Mine is in between Get Woke and Stumptown.
Yeah, it's Three Sisters, Portland, Greater Good.
Not bad.
Yeah. And number 8, out of 15 that we've tried so far, so right around middle, right around the half.
I think we should retire all of these at 20.
Oh, I meant to tell you actually, because we're in the coffee segment. I totally forgot. So I'm going to buy. So we have Death Wish coffee still. I'm going to buy 4 other of the world's strongest blends of coffee, and it's not going to be a podcast episode. It's going to be a YouTube video, and we're going to sit down and try all of them,
I'm down.
and then dictate. It's the world's strongest coffee, and there's no way to actually be like, oh, this is I'm wired, because it's going to be like a 20-minute video that we're trying it. But we're going to dictate which is the best coffee out of the coffees, out of the 5 of the world's strongest coffees. One of them has 151 milligrams of caffeine per cup. So that's a shit ton. Yeah, sorry. The coffee's making me a little burpy.
Beppy.
Yeah, so which is a shit ton of caffeine per cup. But yeah, so that'll be fun. I just have to buy them, but instead of buying those, I buy stupid anime figures. It's not stupid.
Show it off.
It's delicious. Delicious. You can kind of see it. You really just see his cape, I guess. But this is Omnimon or Omegamon, depending on your dubbing. Let's talk about that. So, 4 kids, when the Digimon movie, it's a Digimon. When the Digimon movie came out back in 1999 or 2000, right around there.
Keep talking.
Omnimon was introduced. In Japan, his title is Omegamon, and 4 kids you can't show nipple, dog. 4 kids was dubbing Digimon at the time, and they didn't like Omegamon because it means Omega is end, and they didn't think that was a good name for kids, so they renamed him Omnimon. On the plate, though, it says Omegamon in English, which is cool. But yeah, so Digimon the movie is amazing. Digimon is dope also. And Omnimon is top tier. And I was just scrolling through the Omnimon, scrolling through Amazon, because capitalism, I guess, and quarantine. And he popped up. Well, I was looking for a figure, I guess, another anime figure. And I said, oh, let me look and see what kind of, if there's an Omnimon figure. And there were ones that you could build, and I said, no, get out of here with that. Because I'm scared to put figures together, I guess, like Gundam type style. So I bought this one, and it was expensive, but it's super cool. Like, it's legit like 1.5 feet tall. Like,
It's huge.
yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh,
That's about how long yours is, right?
pretty much. And with the blade.
Yeah, you have to, can't wear shorts out in public.
Dude, speaking of like shit like that, it reminded me. I meant to tell you. I was honestly gonna not tell you. I'm thinking about getting a Gundam helmet as a
Yeah.
tattoo.
Speaking of Gundam, Gundam and then tattoos, not a tattoo. Destiny, one of the helmets you can get in some of the in-game content is a whole ass Gundam helmet, and I want it so bad, but I don't have the team to be able to do what I want to do to get that. So I might be like, hey randos, you want to carry me through this? So, but yeah, that's my spiel for that. But coffee's good.
Coffee's very good. I'm making another batch because it is very delicious. Yeah, I need to get more tattoos, dude. I'm itching. I'm like,
Yeah. Did we actually record that one section that you did right there?
which one?
The where it sounded creepy and shit.
Yeah.
Was that on the? I don't remember. That was like an hour ago. So.
I don't fucking know. I just talked to you.
Yeah, I know. You know, we've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes. I forget what things are. What timeline things are. So, yes, coffee is phenomenal. Super good. Portland coffee. 10 out of 10. But yeah, so,
Dude, I have a man. So I just bought 7 packs. Well, because I'm never gonna use the gold anymore.
yeah, I just saved. I had like 10,000 gold, and I bought an avatar with it earlier.
I was going to save it for like competitions and stuff, but like if I'm in the meta, if I'm like running meta decks again and like I'm actually like going through ranks pretty well, then I'm just gonna buy my ticket.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, like the last tournament we did.
I got my ass whooped.
Yeah, we both agreed. We spent $20 on some cool Godzilla lands for Arena. That's about how that went. So, but yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't have my phone with me because we're recording with it, but I play Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, which is considered a gacha game. And gacha games are where you spend money to get in-game currency, and then you open packs because it's like a card game, I guess. And it's like Arena's. You can consider Arena a gacha game at this point. A gacha game where you like open packs, but you don't really know what you're gonna get, and the probability of getting something is pretty low. Like the card that you want. So the 5th year anniversary for Dokkan Battle just came out, and I hadn't talked about it yet. And no, we didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you talked about the 5-year anniversary.
No, it was before we started recording.
No, it was after.
No, it was not.
Just talk about it. We'll cut this.
Oh my God, no, it's fine. So the 5th year anniversary just came out, and I kind of brought it up, but I said I wanted to talk about it more. So 2 cards came out, Gogeta and Vegito, the new ones that are super cool, and there's like a 0.2 or 3% of pulling them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is insane. I got Gogeta on my second try.
Heard.
I had 1,000 stones, which is an obscene amount of money. But I had 1,000 stones, got Gogeta on my second pull. But there's a bunch of cards that I didn't have that I wanted. And I was like, so when you get a pack, I guess, they give you they're called red coins, and if you get enough red coins, you can just buy them in game. You don't have to summon them. And so I was like, cool, like whatever I don't get, I'll just buy. It's cool. I have enough of them. And I got literally everything I wanted in like 400 stones, which is very cheap.
Yeah, I've never done that in Arena.
Yeah, you know, like essentially in Arena, you would spend, it's essentially 100,000 gems, and I got everything I wanted in 4,000 gems, more or less. I got all the mythics in 4,000 gems, which is insane. And I was like, well, I don't know what else to do, so I was just like, let me get copies of them. So I did, and I got more copies of the stuff that I needed, but not like the Gogeta and Vegeta that I wanted. But it was just like, it's a big thing because last year we were at a bar when it came out, and I spent 1,000 stones and didn't get the Super
yeah,
Saiyan.
I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't get the Super Saiyan 4
I
cards.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah, the Super Saiyan 4s came out last year, and I didn't get them. And but this year I did, and got super lucky, I guess, which is awesome. And was a big thing for me, and super cool, and I'm really happy about it. And I just wanted to say it on the podcast. Yeah, so
Dude, I need to play more games other than fucking Magic.
yeah, since
No,
Magic is Arena essentially a gacha game where you're like, I need mythics, but they like balance it out with the wild cards, I guess.
No, yeah, like I mean,
So-
honestly, like, I enjoy playing Magic. I just need to play something other than Magic right now until Zendikar releases because there's no like, I don't want to spend all this money, get all these cards,
Build this deck.
build the deck, and then I waste all my wild cards just to get the majority of it rotated out.
Yeah, you know, like most of the wild cards that I've been using have been on M21 stuff, which is fine. But and then I'll probably spend another $100 on the pre-order, like pre-release stuff for Zendikar, because
Oh, once we start getting spoilers for Zendikar, we might just fucking go ham.
Zendikar, I genuinely like. I am excited for Zendikar. I don't think I'm as excited for Zendikar that I was for Ikoria, because Ikoria was just
Dude, Ikoria,
so
and also
insane.
the collector pack that we did, that was so much fun.
Yeah. Speaking of collector packs, we do have a M21 collector box coming. It's just Amazon's stupid. So, and that's really the only way we can get those boxes at the moment here. And I don't want to go on eBay because eBay's scummy and prices are so inflated on eBay and that secondary market. So I said I don't want to do that. And then and I pre-ordered it before it released, but they're backed up a couple weeks at the moment. So it's coming, and we're going to do a box opening on that here soon. So
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Man,
I just realistically, like, the things to chase after in that collector box are just like the showcase arts, like the Grim Tutor showcase and the Planeswalker showcases.
oh yeah.
And stuff like that. So,
Let me.
but it's cool also just to open physical cards. And
Well, yeah, because like I mean, obviously it's pretty well known now that like even though you and even though me personally, I like playing physical Magic.
yeah,
I'm probably going to stick with, because I've just been building these decks like this.
yeah, like we do box openings because physical is nice, and we may try to film like physical Magic games at some point in the near future. But
It's crazy how expensive Ikoria cards are versus M21. Right now, the Ugin Borderless is the. Let me bring up the physical one. This is TCG, but the Borderless alt art is the foil is $83
yeah,
versus like some of the ones that we have are like, I don't think they're going to be that expensive, but they're pretty fucking high. And they even the not foil one is still 36.
yeah, it's a little. Let me pull up Ikoria and then we'll look. Yeah, it's M21 isn't holding like the big cards like Ugin and Grim Tutor were huge because of reprints, and I think those were on like a reserve list of some sort. And that's why they were sought after. A lot of these reprints that came with M21 were cards that were really highly sought after for modern and legacy play. And that's
Well, Legacy and Modern, they have like Vampiric Tutor, which is a far superior tutor.
yeah, no, it is. But like in Commander, you can only have one Vampiric Tutor, so Grim Tutor is a good second for it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Ugin was highly sought after because he's the OG Ugin from when he first got played.
I can't even remember what set he was in. To
I
be
don't
honest with you.
remember.
I'm also still like fucking waking up because I took a fucking nap. But this coffee, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Would recommend to a friend. Portland, endorse me.
Yeah.
Dude, I said this to a group of people, and everyone was like, all right, yeah, I can see that. I was like, I will only want one sponsor for my music career. Tostinos. And everyone was like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, the collector box opening is going to be fun for M21, but
Yep.
it's not going to be as fun as, like, opening up and finding fucking Godzilla cards.
Yeah, I know. And I'm interested to see if Wizards tries to do that again with one of these blocks, is try to do a theme thing. It would
Maybe
be cool.
eventually.
Yeah, like it would be cool, and I'd be like super like into it. Because those Godzilla cards are like, I'm trying to pull up the Ikoria thing, it's just being slow. Those Godzilla cards are still going for decent prices.
Go to TCG.
Yeah, I was on TCG. It was just,
Oh, really?
It was just taking a minute to pull up. Like,
I gotcha.
the internet is slow here. I bought a new Wi-Fi extender to try to help out, and it's doing a lot better. It's still just annoying.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Oh, there we go. Relevance, highest to lowest.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, well, while you look that up.
So on TCG, we bought our Ikoria booster box for like $200, and they're averaging $250 right now.
Hell yeah.
The most expensive card is the King Ghidorah card, which we have, that foil card. Non-foil goes for $47, and foiled goes for $89.
So near mint foil is $96. That's what it's being sold for.
Yeah,
We have a foil one?
yeah, we have the foil.
Dude, do you know how expensive that, like, if anyone robs this joint, takes this laptop, takes that, and then grabs that binder,
binder? Yeah.
then I start tackling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck, you got a gun. We can sell that and get everything back.
Yeah, I know. I honestly kind of want to send that Ghidorah off to the people that rate cards.
I don't think they're accepting them right now.
They are. They
They are?
accepted again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that Ghidorah, it's so funny that that's the card, that is where it is where it is. It's
Well, it's
so-
also like OG Mutate.
No, it is. It's one of the better. I think Auspicious Starix is a better version of it, but it is a really good card because you get to draw a card. You draw 2 cards. One of them goes onto the battlefield. One of them goes in your hand.
Oh,
Yeah, and it is really good.
Dude,
but-
oh my god. I'm just looking up the Godzilla cards.
Yep.
Even the Space Godzilla is still 31.
Yeah. It also, that's insane that uncommon is that expensive. That the Vivian is pretty. It's $10. Fiend Artisan is going for quite a bit. We have we have all of these. The most. We don't have the Mothra, I don't believe, but we have pretty much all the other cards.
It's fucking crazy. I loved it.
Yeah.
But so let me tell you about this fucking album, dog.
Oh yeah, the album that's never gonna come out because you hate yourself.
I think because I hate myself, it's going to come out. So I have one part. Shaved heads usually come with drinking problems. That song. I'm going to change the outro, but everything else is relatively done. And then it should be out in like the next month or month and a half. But yeah, it's getting there. It's really, really nice. I'm still waiting on the album cover. That's one thing that's really, really permitting me from like releasing it.
Yeah.
That and COVID, because I want to do an album reveal party, but I want to invite our group with the group that I've been hanging out with, but that's a lot of people in one space.
Yeah, that's a big no for me, dog.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't want to do that yet.
Yeah. We have the alt arts for Luca. Did we get the alt art for Vivian?
No.
Okay.
Fuck, hold on.
I don't know. We don't have to look it up now. Just doing it. All right. Yeah. Hour 30.
The This is just the more expensive cards. The
Yeah.
other cards are in that binder.
I'm pretty sure I put Ghidorah in there, or it's with my stuff, or it's in here.
Oh yeah, I haven't even organized this shit yet.
It's not in here. This is my rule deck.
Yeah, so we have the God, I forgot how sick this is.
They're so good.
So yeah, we have a bunch of the alt art shock or Taplands, a 3-color. Then we have the we have a foil. We have 2 foil Ozoliths. One's in Japanese, and we have a we have a full art foil Sharknado, and this is where the good stuff comes in. So we have a Godzilla Doom Eternal, both foil. No, one's foil. And then we have the full alt art of Luca.
I thought we got a foil.
Luca?
No, foil Ghidorah. Because I have the two. I have two. I have Ghidorah, and then I have the.
Who's Ghidorah again? Yeah. Oh, we did not. Do we not have a foil one? Hold on.
I think it's in there.
Nope. Nope. It's not.
Yeah. We may have not pulled. We may not pulled the foil. I thought we pulled the foil.
I thought we did too.
It might be in like a weird spot, to be honest. Is it with the Godzilla?
Let me check the rest of these. It should be with the Godzilla cards.
No, the one that's hidden.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm smacking the shit out of this mic. No, it's not there. It's not in here, at least. The bottom one. Yeah, we have our Corona. We have our Death Boy. In yeah, well, I'm gonna keep it in there. Save it up. It's going to. I think it's gonna raise in price.
I think collector value of it will make it raise in price.
I think all the Godzilla cards are going to rise in price quite a bit as well. That is just all of my shit that I like and just keep a hold of. It might be in there, but I doubt it. Quality content. This is called Dead Space. Mama said I'm hustling. Oh yeah, buddy boy. I am so unhappy that Nicobolas is rotating. Dude, I made a Esper deck just for fun, and I called it Daddy Issues.
You told me you were gonna do that. Oh, Fires of Invention.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. No, damn, we may have not pulled one.
Shit.
I thought we did.
I thought we did too. Oh well, fuck it.
Oh well. Fuck it.
But yeah, all right. Well, I mean, we got any more things we need to talk about?
At the moment, not that I can think of.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Let me check my notes really quick.
Yeah. We pretty much covered everything from me. Man, what did I do? I swore we did it.
Yeah, those are all my notes.
Yeah, all my notes are pretty much taken care of too.
All right. Well, thanks for listening in. Go follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The Magic of Coffee MTG, and
MTG. Twitter is the Magic of Cough at the Magic of Cough 1. I do this every time. It's at the Magic of Cough 1 or just the Magic of Coffee. We're on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, share it with your friends. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we're on SoundCloud and pretty much every other podcast platform. If you have any questions or concerns, any coffees you want us to try, contact on any of those social media outlets or the magic of coffee at gmail.com.
all right. Enjoy your mornings.